What's up, guys? Good morning. I want to welcome you to today's Enlightenment broadcast. This is Jay Moore, your healthy accountant, helping you to account for your life. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for today? Are you ready to get it going? Are you ready? Man, today's topic I think is going to be a little bit fun, man. And so the topic is about going to the doctor. Going to the doctor. Now, I haven't had to go to the doctor, but I've had to do some things that I can equate to going to the doctor. So I want to talk about this because it has something to do with decisions and doing things at a certain time. So just think about the last time you thought about going to the doctor. Maybe you was, walking and, you had a shortness of breath and you was like, oh, that kind of feels like indigestion. Maybe should I go to the doctor? Maybe I don't go to the doctor. Maybe you was walking and, you realized that you've been having pains in your knees, your arms, your shoulder. Maybe you've been getting a lot of headaches, whatever. Just like, man, should I go to the doctor? I'm not too sure. Maybe just maybe you you may have fallen down. You actually may have really hurt yourself, and you fell on your backside. This has actually happened to my wife. One day she was walking down the steps in our house. It was a few years ago, and she missed a step. Now luckily there's carpet on the steps, but she missed the step, and she came from the top of the steps, that almost to the top of the steps. As long the staircase pretty long, on her behind, and dude, she hurt her booty. She hurt it like it was black and blue, like she had a spot. And the crazy thing about it, it left the mark. It left the mark. And like there was a situation that went on. I mean, it healed up. It's not something that really was, threatening her life, or, but she's got a mark. Maybe she should have went to the doctor. I don't know, because you can put ice on it. I think my sister-in-law was here, and she's a doctor. So, it's like, as long as, certain things were still okay, she didn't go to the doctor. But maybe if she went, she may not have gotten that. It's like almost like her behind is no longer, it's kind of like has a little bump on it, which is interesting. But sometimes we have to go to the doctor, but we opt not to go. It's that situation with my car, and bought the car a couple years ago. Been about 2.5 years, and sometimes you just don't notice everything with a car. You don't know. I bought a used car and looked great. There was a little situation with the front hood, and it wasn't. Now it was closed, but it wasn't flush, and I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that it wasn't flush, and so maybe about 8 or 9 months into driving the car, all of a sudden I start hearing something. I'm like, what is that noise? So initially I just kind of, was like, oh, I think it's this. I took it to my mechanic, and my mechanic looked at it. He says, oh, he thinks it's this. He thinks that there's something going on where, the car might have been in an accident, and there's some damage on the front. You may need to go take it to a body specialist. And so I was like, oh my goodness, I got to take it to the body people. Like, dang, like really? Dude. But I was like, I just kept driving, kept hearing this clunk, clunk, clunk. Oh my goodness. Every time you hear it, my wife's like, man, I don't want to drive your car because, man, it looks good, right? But the car, making that noise, it just sounds like something's broke. And I drove it like that for over a year. And I'm saying, like, man, so one day just take the car in, just take it in. It's like going to the doctor. You finally just say, you know what? I don't want to deal with it anymore. And you take it to the doctor. And then the doctor, they say, oh, we see something here. They take the car apart and they realize, and then I realized that one, it's not such a big problem. And it didn't cost as much as I thought it would. See, sometimes we don't go do something because maybe it's the cost, it's the time, it's the effort that we have to put into it. When really, if we just go find out, now here's the lesson. You want to find out as fast as you can, and so this is something that I know that have to change. You find out as fast as you can something you want to know. You want to know how to, gain control of your finances. Find out as fast as you can by doing something. You want to know how you can grow your business faster. Find out as fast as you can by doing something. You want to know how to lose weight, and get in the best shape of your life. Find out as fast as you can by doing something. You want to know how you can change your marriage, get things going in a better direction. Find out as fast as you can by doing something that will help you get what it is that you want. Many of us choose not to go to the doctor. We choose to allow the circumstances, the situations, the problems, the things that keep coming. Now, here's what happens with your problems. They will compound. It will go from one problem to another problem, and then it'll have 10 problems off of the one problem. And then you're sitting there like, well, how do I tackle all these problems? When if you would have just tackled the one problem, like if I wasn't communicating well with my spouse, if I would have just tackled that initially, then I wouldn't have all these other situations with my wife. If I were to tackle the situation in my business, if it's gaining control of your finances, now that's a whole, like, there's a lot of things, there's a bunch of things that has to happen with that. So if you wanted to gain control of your finances, I think the first thing is know how you can turn on the spigot, meaning know how you can get clients. I think that should be the number one focus when gaining control of your finances. Now, here's the thing, that what's running right behind that is what happens to the money. What happens to the money, the plan that you have. Now, I would say you got to have a plan, which you should. You got to have a basic plan to get started. But to gain control of your finances really and know that you're going to be successful is to have a very tiny plan, get your customers coming in, and then go a little bit more extensive on the plan. That is the key. So guys, if you're waiting to go to the doctor, if you're waiting to go meet with the professionals, if you're waiting to go do those things, saying, I don't have the money right now. You know what? Oh, I don't have the time right now. Oh, I got to do this first. Guys, there's no reason to do that. You go get it done. Find out how much it's going to cost. Find out what it would take to get yourself in the place where you want to be. That's all going to the doctor is. You just go, because at the end of the day, if you could not die, if you could stem a problem, or if you could get rid of an ailment that you have just by going, or find out the steps you got to take just by going, then you got to go to the doctor. Guys, do not allow those situations and those problems to magnify, because when they compound, then it's going to be a lot harder to do. So guys, I hope you got some value. I hope you got the lessons that I learned. I learned from simply taking my car in, and there's a bunch of lessons that that was the one I shared with you, the one about my wife, falling down. Guys, go to the doctor, get yourself checked out. And even if you don't have the money, don't even worry about it, because I guarantee you something's going to break. Something's going to happen if you go. So guys, I thank you for joining me today. Hope you got value from this program. If you did, share this across Facebook, like on it, follow it, subscribe to us on YouTube, The Healthy Accountant. And guys, I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for the Enlightenment broadcast. God bless. Take care.